Hello, dear friends. Today I wanted to really quickly. Before I do that, just wanna. This is not my studio; it's my room. These are you guys might be wondering what's behind you. So obviously that's Albert Einstein. Next to Albert Einstein is posters of rockets that were developed mostly by Soviet Union and United States, and then later on Russia, that have gone to space. So that includes the moon rockets, the Soviet moon rocket that didn't make it, it blew up in testing. They called it the N1, and then the US was Saturn V, and then SpaceX shuttle, and then there's a couple of Chinese space rockets. But anyways, these are international space rockets that either have gone to space or were in development in space or are in development to go to space in the future. Anyways, this video is not about that. What I did want to cover, and then the last one is nature. So yeah, I love nature. I'm a big hiking guy, and I love that stuff. So that's somebody painted that, and I bought it. So it's a handmade or painted, not printed or something artificial. It's actually somebody painted that. Anyways, guys, so what I did want to cover in today's video is, as you guys are mostly, I'm sure you guys are aware of the recent shootings, and it's not the first time, and it will not be the last time. Now, what I did want to say is that how people, even though they mean well, they usually push a certain narrative that they think is the solution or the problem. And it's always much more than that. It's actually bigger than that. So in this case, people are saying we need stricter gun laws, and how come an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old can get hold of assault rifles and stuff like that easily in some parts of the country, not everywhere. Now, I have personal views on guns, and I do not own any. I never thought of owning guns. As a kid, I was around guns. My dad had one, and his friends had one, and they wanted me to kind of like. This was before I came here to the States, and they wanted me to they were like, you know what, you need one at some point in your life, and they were like, right now is the time to learn. And guys, I was 10, 11 years old. Okay, so, but this video is not about that. I can talk about that later. Nothing bad happened, but guns is not an alien thing to me. I've been in close contact with guns, just never had any myself, and I do not plan on. Not a gun guy, not a guy who says I need to have guns. Now that's just where I stand. But the problem is a societal, guys. We have a societal issue, a lot of societal problems that are in the society that are deeply rooted. The biggest problem that I've seen, and this can be anywhere in the world, is people oftentimes ignore the hard questions. They oftentimes have this knee-jerk reaction, and they want quick solutions, or they think they know, and it's usually much more than that. Specific to these shooters, right, guys? To the kid that did the Uvalde, Texas shooting. So he picked up, I guess, 1 or 2 rifles, went into school, killed kids and 1 teacher. I believe 19 kids, or 19 total people, 1 teacher, or 19 kids, 1 teacher. I'm sorry, guys, I do not. But that's the last thing he did before his life ended. How did he get there? How did he get to that point where he thought he could pick up a gun, assault rifle, and do that? How disturbed can someone be? Obviously, they were disturbed to do something like that. How? Now, I know that a lot of people will say, well, yeah, of course he was disturbed. He was this, he was that. If you look at, I just looked at his history really quick. I'm not a psychologist, guys, but I could tell the kid, for some time, for a while, was expressing disturbing views. And when I read those views, or I was seeing a kid that was asking for help. I was like, this guy clearly was asking for help. How come nobody, I'm not saying nobody stepped in, okay? I really don't know the full story, but obviously it all failed because he ended up doing what he did. And like, how? You know, it's not the first time, guys, and it's not going to be the last time either. How did he get to that point? Now, you guys might be saying, okay, come on, like, I've seen this personally in my life, guys, where people do not care about other people that much if it's not related to them, if it's not its family. So heck, sometimes people don't even care about their own family or kids as much as they should. But the bigger problem is that we do not care about each other as much as we should, especially kids. Neighbors on neighbors, checking on neighbors, they're each other's kids. I understand everybody's super paranoid nowadays, thinking, oh, somebody's up to something. Yes, you should be cautious. But we just, as a society, we always we always just feel like somebody else needs to address the problem, or some government agency. Guys, government is made out of people. Okay, whatever you think of government, it's made out of people. It's made out of you. It's made out of the same society that you live in. Okay, it's not some alien force that's separate. No, it's made up of the society that you live in. But people will not go out of their way to help someone. They would rather have somebody else, have others do it, or some government agency. When was the last time, and I'm asking this sincerely, guys, and I'm not trying to make a point or some kind of gotcha questions. When was the last time you knocked on your neighbor's door and said, you know what, I just wanted to check on you, or see him or her outside and say, I really want to, like, how are you guys doing? If I'm your neighbor, you know me, or introduce yourself if they're new, and if there's anything you need, I'm here. When was the last time you did that? I will give you guys my own personal example. In my neighborhood, only one neighbor has done that. His name is Mike. He lives across the house, and he was the only guy who introduced himself, said, hey, I'm Mike, I'm your neighbor. Good. When we built our house, moved in about 8 years ago, actually 9 years ago. He was like, you know what, our house is 2 years older than you guys' house, and he introduced himself. Ever since, we've been great friends. Whenever I go on a trip, I buy something, I give it to him. I bring it and say, hey, I just recently came back from Switzerland, Europe, and I brought chocolate. Or when I make food, I take a portion to them. I know him. I know his wife. He has 4 kids. Yeah. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you stepped out of your way to help a kid? There are many programs, guys, in this country that mentors kids, tries to help kids. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you said, you know what, I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to give my time. I know everyone is going to be like, come on, I have a job. I have this, I have that. Yeah, you have everything that's you. So whatever life you live for yourself. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But acknowledge that we have a societal problem. The problem is much, much bigger than just guns. Guns is the last thing people do. They pick up, they harm either themselves or others. And then that's it. Most likely that will be the last thing they will do. I'm afraid, even if we're, hypothetically speaking, guys, even if we ban, let's say, nobody can buy guns in this country. which is, we all know it's impossible, but let's just hypothetically say the problems are still there. They're gonna linger. Maybe, yeah, kids are not gonna walk into schools and shoot people, but the problems that made that kid do that are gonna be there. They're not gonna go away. And one other thing I do not like, guys, is this labeling. Mental health problem. Oh, you're this, you're that. With the labels, guys, I hate doing that because it categorizes people. I think some people just have a social, maybe ignorance, maybe they just didn't have a good experience. At least unless they were born with something serious, like a disorder or a serious health problem. That's different. I'm not being ignorant towards that. But I also see a lot of labeling, guys. There's this term that I didn't even know what the hell it meant. I always heard it. I just never paid attention to it. The word incel, INCEL. And I was like, what the hell is this? I recently looked it up. You guys can go ahead and look it up. But I was pretty, I would say, it added on to my frustration with society. I'm like, okay, guys, like why, and then I see this term being flaunted by others. They're like, oh, you must be this. And it's like, why? Why are you labeling someone? Why are you putting them in a specific category? So yeah, guys, if we want to solve these problems, we have to care. We have to care a lot more than what we do. One positive experience, a positive intervention, a genuine step to help someone can make a big difference in somebody's life, guys. It could because it could be big. That person may not see it that way, but they will remember, and it might prevent them from doing something horrible. That's it, guys. That's all I wanted to share today. All right, guys, be good, be safe, be well. Till next time.